Hello, hello. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you may be around the world. Welcome to a little bit of this and a little bit of that. That's right. And today podcast, I want to talk about black racism, but I'm only going to pick um, in the workplace, and many of you may not know that black American in the USA is, my country has always been discriminated against, okay, their whole lives. And not all places, the racism and the discrimination doesn't happen to everyone, but it happened to a majority of people, okay? Black Americans anywhere in the USA, businesses and housing and so on and so on. But I'm gonna show you guys, I have a couple videos for you today, and you're gonna listen to what happened to these Black American people, especially in the workplace. Okay, people coming into the my country illegally, living illegally, working illegally, and discriminating and causing problem against the citizen of the country. Okay, so and racism and when you are racist, it's really bad. It's basically it's wicked. Okay, when you are racist against someone else because of the skin color, right? Okay, so listen to this first video, and I'll be right back.
What's up, YouTube? Today, I really just came to talk about basically how racism and illegal immigration caused me to quit my 9 to 5. It's been a couple of months since I quit this particular job, but I did end up quitting one of my 9 to 5s due to racism and illegal immigration. Um, Well, for starters, I'm in Texas, which is kind of close to the border. I think we're next door to the border of Mexico. So it's a lot of Hispanics here in Texas, which ain't a problem, as long as they're here legally. But yeah, basically I was working in the kitchen at the Capital One Bank. It was a corporate building bank, pretty big bank, with like several different kitchens. And I can say 90% of the kitchen staff were Hispanic, and maybe um, 4% white, 6% black. So I was the only one in this particular kitchen in building 6. And I was the only black person altogether in the kitchen. The only black person in the kitchen actively cooking with nothing but Hispanics, which ain't a problem, was never a problem up until I started to notice the just them treating me differently. I'm not able to say certain things that they would say, or I'm not able to do certain things or use certain things that they would use. I didn't have the same grace or the same leeway as pretty much all of the Hispanics in the kitchen. My leaders, my management were Hispanic, and they all stuck together regardless of what I did. No matter of how good of a job I did, I never got you're doing a great job. It was like, okay, cool, yeah. But if it was somebody else, they would get a pat on the back, they would get very appreciated, but I wouldn't get that same appreciation. Mind you, they did end up telling me that out of everybody in the kitchen, I was like number 2 when it comes to like the best cooks in the kitchen as far as flavor and stuff like that. And I think because of that, the employees, which were all Hispanic, they it kind of felt some type of way, you know, like, wow, like, because just being around them and working with them, they've kind of like told me their views on black people. You know, just the typical black people are lazy, black people are stupid, ignorant, don't know nothing, aggressive, which some of that in a case may be true, but that doesn't go for all black people. And when they encountered me, I think they experienced the fact that I'm not the typical black person that will come to their head, though I may look like it, you know, with the dreads or the fake locks or the tattoos and stuff like that, the piercings. I look like that narrative of black people they would put in the category as a problem. But when I went to work, I was very professional. I was very articulate, very gentle with my words, and they really didn't know how to approach me or accept me. Every time I would come around, you know, they'd get to jumping like I'm stealing or jumping as if I'm finna, you know, hit them, or just like I'm a problem. You know, that feeling that you get when you could tell somebody staring at you and stuff like that. Everything I did, they made it seem like I was the problem. I wasn't allowed to disagree. I wasn't allowed to give my opinion. I was never a problem at work, but they only hired me because they needed a certain percentage of black people in that kitchen, and they needed at least one in every building, and I was that one. And being that one, it really sucked because you can feel the racism. You can feel them being prejudiced, just being lied on, and even down to like being bumped in the kitchen, you know, which I'm pretty tough skinned, you know, I'm not really all that sensitive. So, you know, somebody bump me, either I ignore it or I bump them back, you know, but it was that deep. It was definitely that deep, to the point where I was going to work and I had no peace at all. I was dreading getting up in the morning, going to work, because I had to feel like, for me, I had to feel like I have to go to work and defend myself every day. And that's how I felt. That whole year of being there, I felt like I had to defend myself every day. When it comes to people stealing from me, when it comes to people lying on me, you know, just saying I said something or I took something that I never said or took. You know, those were just situations that would happen pretty much often. And I had to really stay prayed up because, and I really felt like, okay, well, this job is in the morning from 6 to 2:30. It's pretty good hours. I don't work on the weekend. Though it didn't pay much money, not nearly as much as what I'm getting now, but it was the schedule what kept me there so long, and I think that's what got me stuck there. But yeah, so I would say maybe around election time, like November, with the kitchen being full of Hispanics, nobody really spoke English except for the chefs and the management, stuff like that. They spoke English, but everybody else couldn't speak English. But they understood politics enough to have an opinion. So I decided to wear my Trump hat to work when he won, and it was a problem for the illegals. And I wasn't the only one. No, it wasn't a Trump hat. It was a Trump shirt. That's what it was. It was a Trump shirt. And I unbuttoned my chef coat when it was time to go while I was cleaning up. And I had a Trump shirt on as I was cleaning up. Got hot, you know. And they seen my shirt and they were extremely offended. Like, the illegals were offended because, of course, you know, Trump, one of his goals is to have a control over illegal immigration. And if they get caught, basically, when Trump is in office, they going back across the border, which, I'm going to be honest with you, I think that's the best thing ever. Like, you know, we got a lot of tourism and terrorists coming in, and, you know what I'm saying, they running people over in New Orleans, and, you know what I'm saying, raping the women and the kids. It's a lot going on. So I just really feel like um, Trump is definitely going to do the job. I think as far as working in that kitchen, they just didn't like my energy. I wasn't who they would expect for me to be in their head. And I proved them wrong on my intelligence, and they just couldn't understand. And I get it, some people are just prejudiced and some people are just racist. But, what I couldn't understand is how can you come into my country illegally and treat me as if I'm the outsider? That's what I couldn't understand. How do you come into my country without no documentation? You here unlawfully, and you get here and you treat an American citizen, me, as if I'm the problem specifically. No race is perfect. No race is perfect. I get it. Black people are at the bottom. We at the lowest of the lowest, but not every black person is a dummy. Not every black person is broke. Not every black person is ignorant. Not every black person is aggressive. I'm just me. And they put me in that category. They put me in that box, and I responded differently. So they couldn't stand it. They tried their best to get me down. And, after finding another job with the same schedule and like $10 more, I was like, okay, God is good. And this is a blessing. And it's just time for me to go, because I feel like when you work in a 9 to 5, when you get to a point where you're kind of like, okay, I dread getting up in the morning to go to work because I hate my job. I get it. Life is life and everybody needs a job. But let's be honest, like, stress will kill you. Your peace of mind not being there will kill you. If you hate your job, find another one. And that's exactly what I did. Found another job where it's just me in the kitchen. It's me and another lady. It's basically a one-person kitchen. It's real cool. I cook for cancer patients. I'm going to make a video about that later. But yeah, I'm just happy to be out that kitchen with those illegals. And it just goes to show you that, racism is still real. It's still real. It's still very much so real. It exists. It's heavy, and it's heavier in the South, and it's heavy in Texas. It's heavy in Georgia, and it's crazy. People really judge you based off of your skin tone, the color of your skin. People basically they still judge nowadays, and I'm experiencing that being in Texas. I've experienced that at every job I've had since I've been in Texas for this past year and change. I guess that's just a thing. I work in a kitchen field where basically in that field, it's really nothing but Hispanics. So either I got to find another career or deal with it, because sadly, they run it. So I don't have any choice. But, I think right now God is blessing me. I'm in a good spot as far as my 9 to 5 right now. But, yeah. It's crazy that we still dealing with this. And it's not even the fact that we still dealing with it. It almost seems as if it's getting worse, to be honest. Like, the division in America is most definitely getting worse. I just can't even really comprehend some of the stuff that's happening due to illegal immigration. You got people in ISIS who are over here running people over in New Orleans on New Year's. Got people setting people on fire on the subway, raping kids, raping children. America needs prayer. Seriously, America needs some serious prayer. But, yep, that's basically how racism and illegal immigration made me quit my 9 to 5. It's a very sad situation, but this is America. This is America, where they care more about illegals than citizens. But make sure y'all make sure y'all comment and subscribe to this video. Subscribe to the channel. I got a lot much more content coming for y'all, so make sure y'all stay tuned. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button so this video can definitely hit the algorithm, you know. So yeah, y'all be blessed. God bless.
And she was, the girl in the video had a racist, illegal Hispanic and her job that was causing her so much issue that she ended up quitting. Okay. And when you work somewhere, first of all, work already, it's a lot of pressure, a lot of stress when you're dealing with work. And on top of it, you got a negative environment and you got co-workers there that's not supposed to be in the country to begin with, and they are there putting pressure and giving you problem, okay, in the work environment, right? Okay, so 2025, racism should not exist anywhere at all on this planet, but unfortunately it still does in about 99.9% of countries on this planet. Okay, there's racism everywhere you go. And there are people that are racist and that like to discriminate against people. And that's really bad. That's really bad. Especially, when it comes to the lady that was discriminating in the bank. And it's, I cannot even begin to imagine, what she went through, knowing that someone doesn't like you just because of your skin color, or just because the way that you look. Somebody can just be racist against you for just anybody. They just don't like you because you were born in certain country, you have certain citizenship in a certain country. People just hate people for just anything. You know, and it's really a shame. It's really a shame, and it's very negative. It's very negative. But this said,
And we start on new tonight at 10 as a Colorado woman is suing one of the largest banks in the country, claiming racial discrimination.
At 61 years old, Janetta Vaughn says she was racially profiled at a branch in Aurora, resulting in the manager calling the police on her for banking while black, basically using police as intimidation. Tonight, she's sharing her side of the story. It was June 9th of last year when two Aurora officers were called to this Chase Bank on Buckley Road for a trespassing call.
I'm not the one she called the police on. Yeah, exactly.
Let's back up. The incident started when Janetta Vaughn walked into the branch that morning to get checks from a teller. You can see her on bank surveillance walking in. Vaughn telling Fox 31 she sat in a chair to unlock her bank card, which she says she keeps locked for security reasons as a former government employee. Then she was approached by the bank manager who asked if she needed anything.
I told her, I says, no, I'm unlocking my card, on my phone, and then I'm going to go up and do my business.
The complaint states that the manager then stated, "You don't need to be rude."
She says, well, you're not welcome here. I'm the branch manager and you're not welcome here. And I says, what do you mean? I says, my money is here. I said, my account is here. She says, well, you're not welcome here, and I'm going to call the police.
That manager went into the back and dialed 911 claiming trespassing. Attorneys providing us with that call.
She told me to go away, that when she was ready, she would come up, and I don't need to be giving her the 411. Very rude.
That's when officers arrived.
I'm just trying to do my business.
Also talking with the branch manager herself.
But all she had to do was let me know what she was doing and not with the snarky attitude and threatening me with video.
Vaughn said she's been a member of Chase Bank since 2019, never made a snarky comment or recorded anyone in the 60-second interaction.
It seemed to be like a danger to me.
On body cam, officers can be heard telling the manager there's no signs posted stating no recording inside. Vaughn didn't appear aggressive, and being rude isn't a law enforcement matter.
All I could see was myself being handcuffed or dragged out or shot or something.
Vaughn overwhelmed with fear, saying she waited for her husband and then left the bank, but is now filing this lawsuit against the manager and JP Morgan Chase.
This is something that has to stop. Whether it's at a banking institution or a grocery store, movie theaters, no matter where you are, I have the right to be there
And Vaughn was never charged with trespassing. The complaint also alleges that since September of 2021, 4 racial discrimination complaints have been made at that same location on Buckley Road. I did reach out to JP Morgan Chase for comment about those allegations and Ms. Vaughn's incident, and they briefly stated, quote, "We disagree with the allegation. That's the only comment we have."
The very same people that have built a country. I'm gonna make a video about that too, about how the Black American, our ancestors, built the United States of America, and because of the struggles that my ancestors went through, that we went through, basically created a path for everyone, for people of color from different countries around the world to come to the US and live and work and study. Okay? Because before there was, the battle before like the 60s, there, such thing as people like, from Africa or Latin America, or South America, whatever those places would come, and they were not even given visa for these countries for these kind of people to come into the U.S. United States. They were only European were allowed to come in. Okay, so it's because of the battle that we went through. We had to go through, and a lot of people lost their lives. And after we won, and people of color from all around the world were allowed to get visas and immigrated to the US. So a lot of people do not know that. Okay. Beside that, my ancestors, the slave, built the White House and everything you see in the United States today. So when these people from, the Latin people, Spanish, whatever, come in, they already find a country that's already built, but from the sweats of the slaves, the black people. Okay. And on top of that, black people has to be disrespected on top of it from immigrant that comes in looking down at the black American, talking trash about the black American when they don't know it's because of them you are here in the United States, because without them you would never be allowed to come in. Without me, you and my ancestors, my family, you would never be allowed to come in. Period. Okay. So anyway, I hope that you enjoy the videos, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and comment below. Okay, and I'll be seeing you soon on the next video. And thank you all for the support. Someone sent me a donation the other day. I forgot to mention that. I'm not gonna mention your name, but thank you so much. And because when you email me things like that, it's just that I love what I do, but sometimes I get so busy, and I gotta squeeze in time just to make a video, But I'm gonna try to do as many videos as I can. But it's just I have such a busy schedule with my career and things like that. So it takes a lot to make the videos. It takes a long time, and it's not easy. Anyway, and also I'm gonna give credit to the creators. The creator that made the video. The link to their channel will be below. Okay, I will put the link of the YouTube channel below. Okay, because I always like to give credit to whoever makes the videos, because I know it's not easy at all. Okay, and because of that, they made it and able to share it and things like that. But thank you so much, and you have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.